Oh, we're on. Okay. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Today we're going to test the third sample. These are the production run units that we have. Right in front of us, there are three different configurations. All came from the same manufacturer. Okay. Let's start off with this one right here. This one right here has been modified by us at Abaca to resemble the print and match the drawings and specifically all the different specs on there. The second unit in the middle here, this is the configuration in which we received it from RFC. The third item here is after we've sent this to the customer, Shoreline, Jim has modified it to where he wants to see the configuration. Now, what I've gone and drawn was basically, I did a blow-up expansion of his print here. Okay, so here's his print. I've blown it up life-size so we can see everything right in front of us. There's no question about what angle is what size is what length, distance, anything. Okay. First of all, this is the unit that we got from RFC. I'm going to put it in line here with the dimensions on the specs, and we're going to see how it matches up. Now, when we approved a sample, we approved a unit that was very close to the right thing. Now, approval of a sample means that, yes, you finally did all of the components right. You got the jog in the right spot. You finally got the coils good. You got the heights, all the different dimensions. They're really close, but you still have to meet the drawing and all the specs that are on the drawing. So, that being said, we put it up against the drawing. It does not look like it passes very good at all. Okay, this right here is way off. It throws everything else out of whack. I mean, this right here is key to having this part in tolerance. Okay. Next, we're going to put the one. This also came from RFC. However, it's been modified here at Abaca to meet the spec. Now, as you can see, I laid that thing exactly the same position as I laid the previous one, and guess what? It matches exactly. Look at that. 30 degrees, right on the line, right here. 30 degrees. Center line of coil, 1.7 over, right bang up the middle. 23 degrees, you've got the arm right at that 23 degrees. Now, if you flip it this way, you've got another dimension of 169. You have to get it on the top side. 169 degrees is that swing arm. And it's right at 169 degrees. When this thing is right up on the middle, boom, it's exact. So there's a couple other dimensions we could get into a discussion with, and specifically one of them would be this dimension here, which I didn't have the final line, but this right here is a 90 degree to the 30 degree line, which draws up the center of the coil. Now, this cavity, the V, which is another really extremely crucial part of this, in this one here states in the print that it is 9.6 inches from this 90 degree separation here. Now, that being said, it also shows that the plane of the V is the same plane of the perpendicular to the center of the coil line, meaning this plane and this plane are the same. As you can see, this does match that, and that is what the print calls out. The last thing we can check right here is the sight, when you look through the gun. Now, when you look through the gun, you can see the V is supposed to be bang in the middle as the sight set up. And what it looks like to me is that that's pretty much in the middle. You can see the V right in the middle as the gun sight is held right through the center of the coil line. Okay, now we've got one here from Shoreline that we were going to put through the same test that we just ran ours through after it's been modified, and this should pass the print. Well, it looks to me that we've got this part altered out of the print. It's out of tolerance. It's the same tolerance of the 30 degrees. The center line of the coil looks good, but I think we started to deviate is right here on this 23 degrees. Now, mind you, we have a tolerance plus or minus 5 degrees. So really, it's in tolerance. It's not a problem. However, the critical nature of the project and the very extreme tolerances that Jim wants to hold, he probably, I don't know, does this inspect for him? I would say no, because it doesn't match the print. Now let's look at this dimension here. It looks like it's pretty bang up on that 169 degrees, but I think where we really fall is when you look through the gun barrel. It's too high. It's just too high. See, there it is. You can see the whole V in the sights, but that's not what the print shows. The print shows that the very, oh, here, I got a blown up version right here. Right there. The center line should be right in the middle of that sight. So when we look through the one that Jim sent back, it's at the very top of the hole. It's up here, and it's not in tolerance. So either he wants to have, Jim, do you want to have this configuration as you've given us, or the configuration which we provided, which indeed does line up exactly with your specs? So the bottom line is, after a careful evaluation, after showing all of the data, showing all of the dimensions as they are per print, RFC needs to modify their parts before we get them, because they are not in tolerance. And